What's up, everybody? Can you hear me? Hi. It's a little dark in here. What the heck? So weird. How is everybody? Let me know in the chat what's up. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Welcome to the party. I hope everyone is doing well today. Hi. Ooh. Cool, I'm just getting everything set up. Welcome in, welcome in. Cool. Thinking about bringing a ring light in. I feel like it's a little dark in here. I was not expecting it to be so dark. Cool. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a ring light. Let me see. Yeah, I've got the power for it. I'll be right back, guys. BRB. Literally, how quick was that? Oh my god. Welcome to my living room, everyone. Welcome in. Let me know in the chat how you're doing. Hello. Hello, hello. Cool. I'm just gonna get this plugged in. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know your big three in the chat. Okay, one sec. One sec. We overloaded it. We'll be back. I'm so sorry. I don't know why this is doing this. BR motherfucking B, y'all. We're gonna see if we can fix this. Hold strong, my dudes. Okay. Should be connecting soon. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I might have to, like, restart it. But you guys will be good. Just hang out. Okay. Let me know if you guys can see me okay and if everything's better now. I don't think the ring light's gonna work. I think I overstimulated my computer. And so it's, yeah, needing some help. So, hopefully all is well now. Hopefully we are good. Yeah. Awesome, cool. We back. Awesome. Sorry it's a little bit dark in here. I don't know why it's dark, but it is what it is. It's okay. I can see if I can turn up the brightness on my camera really quick. So, let me just see. Okay. Yeah, that helped a little bit. Cool. And that's on being a perfectionist. How is everybody? Welcome to my living room. We're here. We've got iced chai to drink today. Very excited. I've got my candle going just for some ambiance, my dude. Yeah, cool. Awesome, guys. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for vibing with me today. See, Aries Sun, happy solar return season. Cancer Sun, Capricorn moves, Scorpio rising, Libra Sun, Taurus Moon, Aqua rising. Tired but doing well. Yes. Yeah, that's awesome. Happy vacation. Happy, yeah, awesome. Hella Aries in the chats. In the chat. Happy early birthday. Oh my god. Love to all my Aries queens out there. I love it. Yes, I am doing good, guys. Thank you. Yeah. It's Thursday, coming in from sunny California. So it is finally sunny here. It has, that's why I'm kind of like sad. It looks kind of gloomy in here because it promised that it's very nice, a little cloudy in these parts, but yes. Very sunny, which is so nice. It has been so rainy here yesterday, and also this morning was very rainy, and I like it, but I will admit, I have been missing the sun, and specifically missing my beach days. So I am looking forward to having a beach day very, very soon, because it's starting to heat up out here. It's starting to get nice and sunny, so I'm excited. I feel like a mom in this cardigan, to be honest. I feel like I'm out of my cardigan phase, you guys. I have that one pink fluffy cardigan. It's like a light pink. It's dirty right now, and that's why I'm not wearing it. But I feel like this cardigan, like I feel like I'm at a parent-teacher conference right now. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a little too millennial for me. I'm not a millennial. I'm still a Gen Z baby. And I just feel like your girl turns 25 and immediately starts wearing mom clothes. I'm in South Cali. I'm in Los Angeles. Yes. I know all of California has been getting crazy rain. Like, insane. So, yeah. LA, boys. LA. We also had a tornado here. I don't know if I talked about that on stream. Not where I am. It's like up north, because I'm like beachside. I'm a beach girly. But yeah, like super close to downtown got like a freaking tornado. I was like, what is happening? Thank you. Oh my gosh, Ireland. Hello, Ireland. That is so fun. You're from North Cali, but you moved to Missouri. That's like the opposite of what I did. Why'd you go to Missouri? I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. Missouri's cool. My birthday was on Monday, the 27th. I celebrated it. I celebrated it this past weekend. Thank you. Lots of birthdays next week. Oh my gosh, guys. On the 6th and then on the 4th. Happy early birthday. You're in Joplin. I have one of my best friends from college was from Joplin. A very small town, but I do know of it. He's a good guy. Great guy, even. Thank you, everybody. Love you guys. Thank you. Raining still for you, Rebecca? That is insane. That is crazy. I didn't think that was still happening. Yeah, it's like super sunny here. Dallas, we love it. Hello, Texas. Hello. I need to go to Texas more. I've literally only been to Texas when I went to Galveston, and that was just for a night before I went on a cruise. So I don't feel like I've even experienced Texas, and I've heard amazing things about Austin? Yeah. Hello, Germany. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it. I love it. I tried to order something from Germany today. It was this magazine, and shipping was gonna be $30, you guys. And I was like, oh, R&R. I think it was from Germany. Maybe it was not because it was in, do you guys use euros in Germany? I think it was from Germany. It was a magazine. It was going to be a $30 shipping. It's a magazine. Throw it in an envelope and just send it my way. Beautiful in Ohio. We love to hear it, Ohio. Yes, I've heard Austin is so, so cool. Very hippie. Because I'll be honest, when I think of Texas, I do think of like, howdy, y'all, we hate the gays, you know? And like, I don't like that. I love the gays. Like, I don't want to go somewhere that's like oppressive. And I've had bad experiences being from the Midwest. But I've heard Austin is very open, very cool. And I have one of my BFFs online, lives there, and yeah, so many people in Texas. Oh, thank you for following. I'm not sure if that's Twitch or YouTube, but thank you so much for the follow. You guys have euros, so yeah, I think it was like gonna be $30. You joined my Patreon? Ah, I'm so excited. Thank you so, so much. Thank you so, so much for joining. Let me know. You can DM me on there. Let me know if you have any questions about how any of it goes. Very chill. Very chill. Are you, Destiny, are you joining the book club? Are you reading The Magic of Birthdays with us? Canada. Oh my gosh, so much. Canada. Oh, warm sunny day in Northwest Ontario. I know you've had so much snow, Bree, so I'm so happy that you are getting some springtime. I have a fear. Usually I put my drink to the right of me, but there's not enough space. I have a fear I'm just going to pick up this candle and try to drink it. I'm just going to put it here so that that doesn't happen. That's awesome. Love that. Yes, I figured that the big cities in Texas are probably pretty chill. Probably like Atlanta, where it's like, yeah, southern state, but, you know, city enough that you've got a wide variety of people. That's awesome. That is so funny. You have the book, you really like the book this month? Good. Yes, the book is so good. I'm loving our book club this month. So excited to talk to you guys on Tuesday about it at our book club meeting on Patreon. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm just so excited because I've already done some stuff in the book and I need to do more. I didn't do a ritual or anything on my birthday just because I was so tired. Oh, you haven't started it yet? That's totally fine. You're reading The Green Witch and the Guide to Modern Witchcraft? Hell yes. Love to see it. That's awesome. Oh, I love talking books. So if you guys are reading anything, feel free to drop it in the comments. My backpack's not in here, but I just started reading a book that my sister-in-law sent to me for my birthday, and it's called, let me just look it up really quick because I want to give you the correct, name. And it's so funny because the past couple weeks we've been talking about Hecate a lot on stream. And I always said, like, yeah, I don't know, I haven't worked with her or anything, but I feel like she keeps showing up in my life. And it might not be like showing up as like a deity for me, but I think she might be maybe showing up as a guide. You're a Goddess by Sophie Bashford is the best book ever. You're so right, Chloe. Oh my god. It's so good. I need to reread it. It's so good. I love it. Yes. Okay, so the book I'm reading is by Cindy Brannon, and it's called Entering Hecate's Cave, The Journey Through Darkness to Wholeness. And big shadow work energy. I'm very excited because I have been in such a shadow work phase right now. You guys probably wouldn't tell because I'm always super bubbly online, but those of you in my Patreon have probably, I don't know, maybe picked up the vibe. I've just been like, it feels like I'm shedding so much old skin, and like, so you guys know how shadow work goes, where it's like peeling the layers, and I just feel like I'm going through one of those phases where I'm becoming very, very aware of things that are no longer serving me and things that are maybe a little triggering or just like bad habits I have. So it's just been very illuminating, and Yeah, so when I got that book, I was like, oh yes, we need to do a journey into the underworld because I'm definitely feeling it. Like, I'm definitely needing it. Ooh. Curse the Day for another book club. Is that like a fiction book? I always am looking for some like witchy fantasy fiction books. I'm trying to force myself to read more fiction because I do really love it, and I tend to go towards the classics a lot because my husband has a big collection of classics, so it's kind of just like we have a library here. I can kind of just look. But I love a good smut book. I love a good fantasy, mystery, spooky book as well in terms of fiction. You want to join the live, but you get nervous speaking? No! No, you don't have to. You can be muted. You can have your camera off the whole time. If you want to join, just join. And you can always DM me ahead of time and just be like, this is to anybody in my Patreon. If you don't want me to talk to you, or if you just want to like hang out and observe, just DM me and say like, hey, I just want to observe. And I'll make a point to not like, because sometimes I do say like, oh, Destiny, what'd you think? Or, you know, whatever. So I want to make it as cozy for everyone as possible. And I want you to show up and have the community if you want to, but I also completely understand not feeling like you have the emotional capacity for that. So whatever is good for you, okay, whatever is good for you, do that. But I want you to feel cozy. Other than Freya, who do I work with the most? I would say, other than Freya, I work with a lot of ancestors and Hades the most. I like working with Lilith, and I've worked with Isis previously. But truly, it's mostly Freya and Hades, like, more so recently. But those are the mains. Yes. Fantasy fiction, love that. Yeah. Any guided meditation suggestions? This is so funny. I think this is because I got a degree in theater. I'm very hyper aware of my work, and that makes me very hyper aware of other people's work. And so almost every time I've done a guided meditation, I don't like it because either the production quality, and I'm only like looking on YouTube. I'm sure like Sophie Bashford's is probably amazing, and I'm sure the ones that you purchase are probably really good. But the ones on YouTube that I've done, I'm always like, oh my god, their audio quality is so shit. Like, they did not mix this well, or it's too specific. I did this one meditation one time, this one guided meditation, and it was like a starseed meditation, and the like conductor was like telling you, you know, you're on this spaceship, you walk down this hallway, and then there's this door, but he was going so slow. So by the time he said there's a hallway with a door, I'd already went through the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already had like furthered my meditation process, and then him saying those things, it was just kind of throwing me off because I didn't feel like so I don't know. I offer guided meditations for each full moon on my Patreon. And once I've completed the full cycle, I'm going to offer those on my website as, I don't know, maybe this next year I'll just offer them like one at a time, so you can purchase them outside of Patreon if you don't want to join the Patreon. And I want to do more guided meditations, like offerings, but yeah, I don't have any recommendations because truly I just do it myself, which is so weird. But I do want to check out Sophie Bashford's because I trust her. That's okay. But yeah, I mean, just pull a card whenever you feel good. You like this setup? This is just for today. If you like it, we'll see about it, because it's so much more space. So much more space. Ooh, I've been so scared to read The Handmaid's Tale. I'm scared it's gonna freak me out. I'm scared it's gonna freak me out so much, because I really can't handle... I watched the show a bit, and it was so freaky. It was too real. I was like, no, Meanwhile, I watched You on Netflix and stuff, which doesn't freak me out as much as like Christian propaganda. You know? I feel like murderers are less scary than like oppressive religion. Would I consider paid content on YouTube? So I don't think right now I would. I'm really sorry. I just don't want to like overwhelm everyone with like paid content everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I know we have international folks on Patreon. So I think I had somebody from Thailand on Patreon, so I'm not sure. I haven't ever subscribed to anybody who was not from America, not from my country, as a patron, because I do like Patreon for people I like. So I don't know. I don't have any experience with like cross country payment. I'm sorry. But yeah, maybe someday I would do paid stuff on YouTube. But right now it's just, it would be too much, I think. Okay, let's see. When I first started working with them, I felt good. Every deity I've worked with has been... If you want to hear more about working with Hades, I have a live that you guys can go back and watch a couple weeks ago about working with Hades. But it's always been like after a very long time of me knowing that I want to work with that deity. So it was always well prepared, and I don't feel like I ever jumped into anything. So it was always like a very calm entrance. Very welcoming both times. Yeah. I think I had... Freya was the first deity I ever worked with, so I had some, like, not nerves, but just I was unsure about how it would go, I guess. But then when I started working with Hades, it was more, Ancestor work's always been chill, because it's just like, what's up? You know, like, I know you. What was I saying? But when I started working with Hades, I think I had a lot of preconceived notions and, like, fear of, like, an underworld deity, and I think that I had heard a lot of things where it's like, Hades is so, like, you know, like, unyieldingly, I don't know, like, aggressive and stuff like that, and that is not at all the experience I've had. Thankfully, I had a really good mentor, Angelica Crashi. You guys can find her, on Instagram. So, it was pretty chill. You're working with Aphrodite and Gaia right now? That is an amazing, amazing duo. I think that's beautiful. Yes. Awesome. We probably did listen to the same meditation. Yeah, it was like, yeah. I think that's true. I quit. I didn't finish it because, like I said, like, I just felt like he was taking such a slow time. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. You love the stickers on my computer? Thank you. I just ordered some Good Witch, Bad Bitch stickers. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So soon I'm going to have some of my own stickers on this computer. Yes. Thank you. Yes, behind me I have Dr. Plague. Love him. And this guy's Ted. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, Christian propaganda is spooky. Yeah, dude. It's crazy. So, I want to tell you guys about my weekend. I celebrated my birthday in San Diego. I had so much fun. It was so amazing. I love San Diego. I've been there twice before. So this was my first time. I visited Oceanside and Encinitas on the way. Had fun there. Yeah, it was just so chill. It was so good. It felt so nice to just have fun because I think that I think it's been a little hard to have fun. I haven't really made any friends since moving out here, so my fun and my community comes from you guys, which is amazing and I love it. But that does inherently mean that, like, a lot of my joy comes from working. And I think that you kind of got to give yourself a break. Even like, it's so fun. Like, I love what I do. I love you guys. But it's almost like it's hard to separate your worth and your connection to others from like making money and from what you're producing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna like, I don't know, maybe I should just like turn on stream and like chill on the couch and like eat some chips, you know, and watch a movie or something. But I think I feel like I, you know, come up here, I do some work, I like hang out or whatever. Does that make sense? So I think that I haven't had like a good vacation or like any time away from work. So it was nice to just be like off social media and just have fun. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, you guys know I don't drink. It's not like any reason truly. I just I'm not a huge fan. I had a pretty wild phase in high school, and I think I got out all my desire to like be, you know, party girl when I was like 15. So now I'm just like, yeah, I grew up pretty quick when I was 18, and I just like, I don't know, I'm like, whatever. But I did want to get a little crazy this weekend. And it was not good. I don't drink, and I got so splasted, so schwasted. We went out dancing. I was with my husband, so I like felt safe and everything. I would not have done it alone. But we went out dancing because the place we were staying at was like kind of a college party city area. And you guys, 3 drinks, that doesn't sound like a lot. It was absolutely too much. I got so sick. I've never gotten sick from drinking. I've always just gotten a little tipsy. It was so funny because I think that being a very self-aware person, like, I was drunk and I would say something so silly or so embarrassing, and then I would realize what I just said is so silly and so embarrassing, and then I would say, oh my god, that was so embarrassing, what am I doing? It was just like this cycle of me being silly and being drunk, and then like my higher self being like, oh girl, you need to go home, you know? And so it was really funny. So that was the craziest part of my weekend. And that is exactly why I don't drink, because I don't like being too silly in public. But it was fun. I went, we walked the beach, and I just like sat in the sand, and I was like, the moon is so beautiful, and I was like moved to tears, and I was like, this is just, how is the moon so pretty? And it felt good. It felt like a spiritual connection. It was great. It was cool, but yeah, drinking's not my thing. I think I'm already Pisces moon enough to be chill without drinking, so glad that we did that once. Hopefully never do that again. Yeah. So super fun. Take a little drink because I keep forgetting to drink. Can you talk about getting back into pole dance? It must be a thing with the witch community being pole dancers. Do you cross it over to the divine feminine witchcraft? Yes. It is such a thing. It is such a thing. It's so funny because there was one time when I was a professional dancer and I was at a new club, in like the dressing room and stuff, and this girl was like, "You're a witch, aren't you?" And I was like, what? Yes, I am. And she was like, me too. And it's just so sweet. Yeah, so it is such a thing. I think it is a connection to the divine feminine because, and you know, I saw a post that really, like, kind of, it didn't upset me. It was just, like, annoying. It's this page I follow that's, like, supposed to be pretty like leftist and like open and stuff like that, and they posted a very, very like anti-sex work thing, and it was basically just like kind of infantilizing people who work in the industry by saying like they are oppressed and they don't know it or whatever. And it's just like, it's frustrating because I think a lot of people have a problem with dancers and people who work in that industry, and then they don't ask people in the industry. Like, they just say like, oh, those poor people, they're so oppressed, they're forced into it. And it's like, why are you talking over the people who work in the industry? Like, no one in that comment section was in the industry, and everyone was just speaking for the dancers and like for the people who work in the industry. And I was like, it's so silly. Like, it's just so silly. Like, listen to the people who live it, and you'll learn that, you know, I'm not going to say that all dancers have a great experience, because obviously that's not the case with any job. And I'm not going to say it's like a super easy job and it's like, you know, sunshines and rainbows, because it's not. It's like any other job, you know. But everybody I danced with, and I know a lot of dancers, and myself included, did it because we liked it. No one was forcing us to. It's really not as dark and spooky as people want people to think it is. And so it was frustrating to see so much of that puritanical culture pushed into this space that is kind of like pretending to be open and diverse to people of all backgrounds and cultures, because it just feels like very puritanical. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. So I saw that and I was so annoyed because everyone was like debating what work looks like for people in the sex work industry, and no one was in the industry. And I was like, everyone needs to shut up. It's so silly. Yeah, it's a great industry, and yes, there are things that need to be fixed 100%. But people in the industry are talking about that. And if everyone else would just shut the fuck up, then you could listen to the experience of people in the industry. Like, people want it, like, decriminalized, not legalized, for specific reasons. And that is important. It's important to listen to people in the industry and to respect them for that. So I do think there is this crossover of, like, being kind of ostracized. And so I think that's where, like, witches and sex workers kind of connect. Do I think the term sex work is sometimes misunderstood or misinterpreted by people not in the industry? Absolutely. When I first started dancing, one of my friends was like, well, you're not a sex worker. And I'm like, well, yeah, dancing is inherently sex work. I think people tend to think it's correlated to full service sex work. And sex work is a broad term that encapsulates full service. It encapsulates dancers, OnlyFans, cam girls, escorts. You could even make an argument for like what is sex work? Like, does it even go into, like, obviously Playboy? Does it go into any modeling that does use sex appeal for capital? Do you know what I'm saying? It's broad. It's broad. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a weird place to fully describe. And I mean, I think it's more of like the worker kind of has to self-identify, if that makes sense. So yeah. Yeah, no, it's a really, and on that post too, they were like, I'm not talking about OnlyFans girls who are, I don't know what they said exactly, but basically they kind of were like saying that OnlyFans girls don't get a say. And I shouldn't say girls. OnlyFans workers don't get a say in this conversation because they're not, and they were using the term prostitute, which is not the like the ideal term. Ideally, you want to use the term full service sex worker. And they were saying that, like, OnlyFans workers don't get a say in it because they're not, like, real sex workers. And it's like, listen, OnlyFans is hard. Dancing is hard. I've never done full service. I can't speak on that. Obviously, that's hard. But to say that OnlyFans is not hard, it's so hard. It's so hard. And there are parts of it that I thought was even harder than dancing. Because you have so much more behind the scenes work to do. You have to have a photographer or be your own photographer, have a setup or create a setup in your house, which means cleaning. It's like being a content creator. Like, you have a whole other layer of things to add on. And there's so much. And dancing is also, like, I always say, when you're a dancer, you're an athlete, you're an entrepreneur, you're a salesperson, you're what else? A model. Like, it's crazy the amount of work that you put in. Oh, and that page was also saying, like, if you're inherently selling your body, so it's inherently oppressive. But my question is, like, are you saying the same about construction workers? Like, if you think that by selling your body you're inherently oppressing yourself, do you feel the same about actors and models and like athletes, like football players? Because they are also doing the exact same thing, but because it's sexual, it's this person has like something against it. And I just think that there's a lot of flaws in that person's argument, and it's just like, let's be real, you just have some maybe like sex wounds, and that's okay, but don't like force your opinions on others, and like let people who enjoy the industry like thrive in the industry. Yeah, so for anyone who didn't know, this is a very sex work positive stream. Yeah, performer, like, there's so much work that goes into it. When I was dancing, I was like, it was physically taxing most nights. It was obviously mentally and emotionally taxing, because you have to like be all bubbly and like hold conversation and like entertain people, and you know, you get a VIP dance for an hour. How are you gonna like keep this person entertained? You know, how are you gonna make sure that your dance is like exciting and you're switching things up and you're having really good conversations so that they're not getting bored, you know? There's so much that goes into it. But yeah, that was kind of a ramble off of the pole dancing question. Yes, I hope to see, I know there's a lot of people in the witchcraft community that do like pole dance. I do hope that they are like also raising awareness of these issues. Obviously, I have a different perspective because I was actually in the industry, and so I think that when I see people who were never a dancer kind of like doing pole dancing and like, it's so cool and look at this, I'm like, I hope that person is also, you know, being very sex work positive, because this is something really funny. When I was in college, this is so badass of me, and I don't know how I had the balls to do this. I did a whole presentation in front of a lecture hall about how I'm a dancer. It's so funny in hindsight. I don't know how I had the balls to do that. But it was a class called ethnomusicology, and basically we studied different cultures' relationships to dance and music and stuff like that. And we were learning about belly dancing. I don't remember exactly where this was, but basically I had made the connection that culturally it has the same significance as pole dancing is here in America, because belly dancers in this country were seen as kind of like dirty, kind of icky, like, oh, these girls are like selling their body, they're dancing on men in these provocative clothes for money, and like, that's icky. But then we see the upper class of this culture taking these belly dancing classes and being like, oh my god, this is such a fun bachelorette party, and like that like hypocriticalness of, oh, this is so fun, this is so cute to do, it's like so cute when we do it, but if someone's doing it for money, it's like gross. So yeah, so I had just realized, wow, that's very similar to how we treat pole dancing. So I did this whole presentation in my class, and it was so funny. The whole class was like silent the whole time. Like they were shook. Because this was like, yeah, this was before it was like everyone was pole dancing. Yeah. That's good. Yes, definitely. If you pole dance, absolutely support your local sex workers, stand up for them. There's been some times when I've been in pole dancing classes where it's very clear that they're not very sex work positive. And that's always silly to me. It's like, it's just weird, you know? But yeah, pole dancing's so beautiful, and there is something about how it is taboo, and that in relation to why is it, like, it's taboo because it's this typically, like, and it's interesting because people are not weird about male strippers. Like, male strippers, it's like, oh, that's so funny, haha, like, yay, you know? It's like a fun thing you go see on your bachelorette party, but people are really weird about female strippers. And so yeah, it's almost like an act of resistance, I think, and super connected to the divine feminine, like, amazingly. And yeah, I think that so many times when I was dancing, I was like calling upon the divine feminine, and it felt like it was healing. Like, it felt like it was healing the world in some sort of small way. Like, it was healing my connection to those parts of me. And also, like, I felt like I had an effect on a lot of my clients because it was this, like, honestly, so many of them were really, like, cool. Like, a lot of my customers were really chill. I only had a few that were, like, you know, that typical, like, why are you doing this? Like, you should just come home with me, or, you know, like, like, you should just, whatever, I don't know. A couple weird guys who were just like, you're too pretty to be here and stuff like that, and it's just like, well, you're paying, so, yeah. But, like I was saying, I felt like, I don't know. I felt like it was helpful. Like, I felt like I was able to, one thing that people don't tell you a lot about being a dancer is that so much of it is you are a therapist. And the amount of people, a lot of my clientele were like military men, who would come in and, like, literally just need a friend to talk to. And I like to think that, you know, I mean, I think that I helped a lot of men through a lot of things just by being someone to listen to, being there to, like, listen to them, if that makes sense. Because a lot of them were, like, away from home, or their, like, you know, wives, like, left them or something, or they just didn't have anybody. And so, yeah, hopefully some men out there are a little bit more connected to their feminine and had a safe space to feel. So it's really good. Yeah. Pole dancing's so fun. Yeah, it's so great. It's, great workout, a great way to connect to your body, a great way to work on body positivity. Yeah, great. It's amazing all around. I love it. I'm gonna go back because I know that you guys had other questions. Yes. I did see that Tamed Wild is going quarterly. How crazy is that? It's so funny. I literally, like, a month ago, just canceled my Tamed Wild subscription. I was subscribed, and I don't know. I've gotten to the point where I feel like I have enough stuff, and I just needed a break, I guess. Yeah. True mark of an empath? Aw. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude, dancing was fun. Tamed Wild's sick. So yeah, they're going quarterly, and they're gonna do, like, bigger boxes, I think, based around Sabbats and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see what they look like. I'd be interested to try it. But yeah, I canceled my subscription. Okay, I need to get started on these necklaces. So if you don't know, I make these necklaces. You can probably find better pictures on my website or on my Instagram. They are little love talisman necklaces, and they're so cute. I love them so much. I love making them. But they take a long time to make. So I wanted to do it, I'm going to do it in 2 parts. The first part is, because I literally make these like from scratch. So I got all my kit. The first part is cutting the chains and basically just assembling the necklaces themselves. And then my next part is when I'm gonna do like fill it and then like bless it and fill it with all the herbs and whatnot. So if you guys want to buy one of these, let me put the link actually. That would be a smart thing to do. I'm gonna put the link in the description. You guys can get one if you want. I think there should be like 12 probably going up for being available. You can read more about it on the website and see some pictures. I'm gonna add this really quick to the description. Cool. Hopefully that updated. I will also put the link in the chat for just the website page. Cool. So, yeah. I'm gonna start making them. You guys can keep asking questions. We can keep chatting about all this. Yes. Okay, cool. So much stuff. I got this jewelry making kit for Yule from my mom. I want to start making a bunch of different jewelry. Mainly for myself. I always like to, sorry, I'm just adjusting. I always like to make everything for myself first, just so that I can test it and see, you know, is this like what I want it to be? Like, could this be better? Things like that. And I kind of, I don't know, there's so many things I want to make. Hello, Abby, welcome. Okay. I got my bag o' necklaces. So how many are we going to be making today? I figured I would just make however many I have. Thank you. I'm really so proud of them. I really am. I think they're so, and they have such a beautiful energy to them too. I love wearing mine. I either wear my amber necklace or this one, depending on kind of the vibe that's going on. I feel like the amber necklace is more like sexy and mature and like this like very embodied goddess energy, whereas this is just like, I love myself. I feel so pretty. I feel so good. I am worthy of love. You know, it's more maiden, and I think amber is more mother energy if we're thinking of like triple goddess energy. How is my Aries season? It has been good. It has been, I'm a 12th house Aries, so it has been shadow work central. I have been just really becoming aware of so much, it feels like. Yeah, how I started professionally doing tarot. How did I work up to it, and what does the journey look like so far? Yes. So I started doing tarot and astrology around the same time, and they both kind of followed a pretty similar path. So I got started into tarot, and I just, you know, was doing it for myself. I was learning, I was having a good time, and just when you do something like that, especially back in my day, you know, it was also where I was, like, it wasn't as, like, there were no tarot decks, like, at Marshall's. Like, it was, or, yeah, Marshall's. There wasn't, like, witchy supplies just out and about. So when my friends found out I did it, they were all like, oh my god, I want a reading. Because it was just, like, rare and cool. You're kind of like the only tarot reader in your town, basically. So let me count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Cute. We're doing 13 of them. So my friends just wanted me to do them, and I was like, yeah, of course. So I was just doing tarot all the time for people, and then, like, random people would ask me, and I was like, sure, I guess. And then I was like, huh, maybe this is like a little side gig I could do, because I was poor at that time. I was not dancing anymore at that, no. This was before dancing. Okay, yeah, this was right before dancing. And then I would do them at the club. It was really funny. I would just I never did it for like guys who'd come in. One time my boss at the club, he was an asshole. He was like the third manager of that club. He saw me doing readings for the girls. And then he was just like, you know, I don't believe in that stuff, and like went on about how like tarot is just like bullshit and stuff. And I was like, okay, like you're free to believe that. That's totally fine. And then he was like, yeah, but if you wanted to give me a free reading, like I could see what it's about. I was like, no. This was much later. This was after I'd been doing tarot for years. I was like, no, I don't do readings for skeptics. Like, if you're not gonna respect the energy that I'm putting into this and that tarot is bringing to the table, like, why would I, like, if you were talking shit on my friend and then you were like, I'd love to meet her though, I'm not gonna bring my friend in after you just said all that shit about my BFF. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, no, thank you. But yeah, so I was just doing tarot for everyone, and this was pre-dancing, so I was poor. And I was like, maybe I can do this as a little side gig. I think I literally started, I was like charging like literally $5. Like, I was just like, I think at first it was just whatever you want to tip me if you do. I'm going to measure these out to be 17 inches. Well, I should get my clippers out first. But yeah, it just started like whatever you want to pay me, because I'm obviously still super beginner. Do that, you know? And I really just like posted on my Facebook to like my friends and my family, and it was mostly people from high school and, you know, random things like that. This is kind of hard to cut. So yeah, it was really, like, I did not have an online presence. It was just people that I knew. And so I was really just that. And then I kept getting good. Like, I kept getting positive feedback. And I was like, okay, well, this is really good news. Glad to hear. And yeah, I mean, I think it just kind of went from doing it for free with people that I really love and trust, and then doing just like donation-based things, and then eventually starting a little business, which was really just me going on Canva and just doing like 3-card pull for $10 and full tarot spread for $40 or whatever. And, you know, really funny, the first time I did a natal chart reading, I don't know why I did this. I wrote everything down, like, in a notebook. And it was just so many pages. It's so funny. And I think it costs, like, $20. Like, I literally was charging nothing. I just think it's so funny. What, girl? Which is good. I mean, you really shouldn't charge a lot when you're beginning. You really should just get as much practice as you humanly can. And then once you feel like, you know, you're doing good, just charge enough that you can, like, be respectful of your time. Because it can get easy to become this commodity for people where they're just like, oh, give me a reading or whatever. And it can be very, you know, draining. You know, and I mean, astrology, I think, is more time-wise taxing for me, because when you do a reading, you're just like, you know, doing the reading. Obviously, you're I think using a lot more like spiritual energy, but when you're doing a natal chart reading, those, I mean, you got to pull up the chart, you've got to like look at everything. It's kind of like you're doing a whole like little exploration. Like, it takes more mental energy, I think. There's a lot more things to look at, to compare to each other, whereas I think for me, tarot, it's just a little easier because it is just working a lot more on that intuition, which maybe I'm not the smartest, but I got hella intuition, you know? So yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hope that answered the question. If you have any other questions like about that, anything specific that I didn't mention or touch on, then I would absolutely, you can ask me and I'll totally answer. What decks do you recommend? Sorry, I'm just... What decks do I recommend? If you're starting, get a deck that has explanations. So much easier because that's how my first deck was. It's better because then you are not like flipping through, you know, your little booklet and stuff, because that takes you out of your intuition so quickly. If you're pulling a card, you see the keywords there. You can, I just think it's easier to keep that intuition train going. Whereas if you're like, okay, King of Cups, let me flip through and find that, you completely cut out your intuition. You go to the page, you're looking for it, and any flow that was happening, at least this is how it works for me, any flow that was happening then is now interrupted. So if you can get a deck that has just a little mini explanation, it doesn't need to have upright and reversed. Reverse, you can kind of just get a vibe for like what's going on, and maybe it's the exact opposite of that card, maybe it's an unhealthy expression of that card, maybe it's an extreme of that card, maybe it's a lack of the card, you know what I'm saying? And that is a lot more your intuition. So yeah, I would recommend, I would absolutely recommend doing ones with keywords if you can. My first deck was called The Secrets of the Tarot. I got it at Half Price Books. I still have it. I still use it. Yes. I'm just making sure. Have I ever done a course or anything for tarot? No. Cotton 4K. No, I haven't. Let me make sure I'm not cutting too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, cool. No, I've never done a course for tarot. I did a lot, like you guys know, I'm a book girl, so books have been really helpful. I honestly think I watched a lot of tarot readers on YouTube, which helped me so much. Big Empress energy. She's so fun. She's so good. So fun and so... She's got a very different vibe from the traditional, like, welcome to my studio. Today we're gonna do some yoga and some tarot. You know, she's just like in your face. She's like, what is up? This is what we're doing. She gives it to you straight. I love her. Big Empress energy. She is so fucking good. So I loved her stuff. I used to really love Stargirl, the Practical Witch. I don't really watch her so much anymore. I like the Gem Goddess. I think she's really sweet and cute. But yeah, so I think getting tarot readings, watching tarot readings helps you to see the cards, helps you to get a vibe for how people read, and can help you read for yourself. Yeah, I recommend if you're trying to learn, get readings. Once I started doing astrology readings, I had never had my natal chart read because I could read it myself, you know? But I did end up getting a chart reading because I was just like, what does getting a reading look like? What do I need to make sure I'm doing for my client? Like, what? And maybe a little bit like, you know, hubris, a little bit, like maybe I was a little cocky because I was like, I can read my chart. Girl, yes, you can, but there is always something else that someone else is going to catch because astrology is so in depth. Like it's so much. 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I need 4 more. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know if I answered the question, if there even was a question. Oh, yes. So no, I didn't do any course, but I did watch a lot of videos, read a lot of books, and yeah, for me, it just felt like I had the information and I felt like, what is a course gonna do? Because truly, it's one of those things that you just have to do it. You just have to get into it. You have to just pull some cards. You can take all the courses you want, read all the books you want, but until you start pulling the cards and applying them to what happens, you know, and like seeing how each card plays out for you, you're not going to make those personal connections, which I think is what sets you aside as a tarot reader and how you connect to your intuition. You have a hard time putting the whole story together. That's super common. You might like doing spread readings then, because those can be really helpful and very specifically saying like, this is that person, or this is the past, or this is, you know, like the problem or whatever it is. So I think doing a spread would help you with that. And honestly, if you're beginning, do a spread. It's just going to be so much easier for you. Thank you. What online retail storefront have you tried? I've seen more people now making their own websites. Yeah, I've heard some bad stuff about Etsy, honestly. I use Wix. Basically, when I was a senior in college, they were like, you need to make a website for your acting, so do it. And so I just chose Wix because it seemed good. I think Squarespace seems really good as well. Wix is fine. I mean, it's not like perfect or anything. Websites are kind of expensive, especially depending on like if you add an e-commerce store, which is what I have, that's going to add more. If you want to do email marketing, that's going to add more money. If you want to do bookings, that's going to add more. You know what I'm saying? So it's, yeah. I think you could do, I don't think you need a website. I mean, if you're selling products, probably you do. But if you're doing readings, you could just have a good social media and an email marketing. So like I think it's called MailChimp. There's other ones. Email marketing is really good because if for some reason your social media gets taken down, or, you know, like they're maybe banning TikTok, you know, if something like, you don't want to rely completely on a social media, but it is free, which is nice. So it's a good place to host your products. So if you're doing readings, you could do just like through your social media, and then just have like a Google Meet link that they would go to, or does that make sense? Something like that. But I do use Wix. And I chose it because my teacher forced me to make a website, and I'm happy about it because it is nice, especially right now because it's literally, I saw this on YouTube yesterday. The freaking scammers are just insane. They're insane. So it does help to have a website. You know, I used to do readings like Venmo me, you know, and I'll send you pictures, or Venmo me and we'll like have a Zoom meeting. This was before Zoom costed. But now Venmo, PayPal does look a little sketchy for some people because of how fucking prevalent the scammers are. Like, it's so annoying. I keep losing count of how many I've done. I think a lot of people do palmistry. I think tarot's really popular right now. Tarot is very accessible, palmistry is also very accessible, obviously, but I just think there's more information about tarot mainstream. That's probably why more people do it. Yeah, I don't know. I think palmistry is really cool. I tried to learn it. It's definitely challenging. But it's good. It's fun. Do I pull cards daily? I used to. I haven't for a while. And I feel really bad about it, actually. Yeah, thanks for bringing it up. No, I'm kidding. No, it's fine. I do feel bad about it. I really like pulling a card daily. I used to do it... Well, I used to have something called the Ritual Planner. Ritual with a W. So like Write, WRI ritual planner. And I felt like that held me accountable to pull, and I was pulling 3 cards every day and varying between spreads or no spreads. And that was just, I mean, the planner just was up, you know, because it was last year, 2 years ago or whatever. And so then I just did like 1 card a day, and then I was just doing like 1 card from my work deck, because I do have a deck that is just for work, like my work energy, I guess. And I just haven't, because my morning routine has been so shit recently. Yeah, you can use apps. I think I did Mystic Mondays for a while. That was fun, but I just like, I don't know. I like the practice of pulling cards, and I just need to get back into it. Yes. Yeah, palmistry's cool. Birth chart books about enhancing your life in particular areas. Oh, so truthfully, I think the best book is probably, like if you're looking for less just understanding yourself and more application to your life, I would say Astrology for Yourself by Demetra George and Douglas Block, I think is how you pronounce it. Because that is, one, they use asteroids in that. It kind of works from beginner to advanced. One thing I liked about that is it would have you kind of go to this kind of word bank and see like, okay, my Vesta is in Taurus in this house, and you can see what Vesta and Taurus, you know, keyword is in 12th house or whatever keyword is, you know, and then it would have a sentence of like, I am blank in this area of my life, blank, basically. So it was just it was really, really helping you to connect, you know, connect those things, I guess, if that makes sense. So Astrology for Yourself. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, definitely. I think the deck's energy for sure is really important. You can have decks that just don't vibe with you, which is why it's really important too. It's so funny when people are like, you can't buy your own deck. Someone has to give it to you. It's like, okay, sure. You know, like, whatever. I think that's such a silly, silly take. I don't even know where that comes from. But it's just, like, so annoying. Like, it's so important for you to have a personal connection to a deck, you know. Okay, now is the hard part. All of the guys are cut, and now we need to apply the little circle guy. I don't know the correct words. All the chains are cut to length, and now we have these circle guys that are going to attach to each of the ends so that we can clasp it, because that's important. Ooh, Abby, I'm curious what deck it is that you are not vibing right now. I hope it's not your new one. Oh, I think I know. I think I know which one it is. Is it, don't say it, Tarot of the Divine? Is it that one? Which, might I say, I think is a gorgeous deck. I always see it and I always think of you, Abby. Because it's really so pretty, and I love... It's just such a unique design that I just don't think that you see. Funny. So your houses are lined up with the signs that rule them. What does that mean? So that would just mean that you're an Aries rising. Yeah, because you started out. Being a rising is what basically defines how your house system is going to fall. Oh, it's your new one? You don't like your new one? Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry, Abby. It's just not vibing? This part is so hard because you have to like... I have to pry these little grommet dudes open. And it's like when you see people who... I'm getting better. The first time I did this, it took me so long. It's like when you see people who do, like crystal wire wrapped jewelry, and they're just so good with using pliers and whatnot. Oh, I think I need to... I'm fine. It's just so challenging. Okay, I'm gonna try the other end. These necklaces take me so long to make. But they're so cute. Am I doing something wrong? I feel like I'm forgetting about something. It's been a second since I've made these, and this is just feeling a lot harder than I remember. Yeah. Whenever people give me a deck that I don't vibe with, I just keep it. I don't say anything because I feel like I'd rather just not, you know, because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings because... Oh yeah, I got it, cool. Sheesh. Also, I forgot, someone earlier mentioned, they asked me what herbs I use in my love necklaces. They are all listed on the webpage as well. I use cinnamon and sugar for sweetness. I use rose, hibiscus, mint, all have very specific qualities that they were all chosen for very, very specific reasons to bring something to the necklace itself. I also put gold flakes in there for some just like really super pretty just aesthetics and to bring this like kind of rich energy into it. It's gonna take me so long. If you guys didn't know, I am absolutely a perfectionist and I'm trying to work on it, but when it's something that I'm making for others who have like paid me money, it's just, I am gonna be a perfectionist, and that's just the way that it is. Because I want to give you guys the best thing possible. A lot of love goes into this. And I'm sure I'll get better as this is just my third time doing this. Like, I guess third batch, not third time. Going to Arlington. Love to see it. We're getting there. It's so funny. This is taking me so long. I'm just working on this so much. This one is just, I bet I'm just a little rusty, and hopefully the rest will go a little quicker. Thank you for loving my podcasts. I'm having a bit of a moment with them right now. I love my podcasts so much, but I'm gonna take a bit of a break from doing them, which is very sad. We are making my love necklaces, so I have a link in my I have a link in the description about, you can just go to the website page if you want to buy one. You can. You'll get one of these guys that I'm making right now, and you can read more about it there. But yeah, one of my 2 Glamour Witch physical products. The other one, oh my god, I'm so excited. The other one is my love oil, which, guys, I'm making next Tuesday, and I'm gonna have it sitting out in the moon for the full moon in Libra. It's the perfect time. I ordered my glass bottles for them. I have a very specific vibe that I go for. Like, I have a very specific aesthetic that is very, very important for me to uphold. And I ordered my bottles months ago in preparation for the full moon in Virgo to make the next batch. And usually they take me, you know, less than a week to get here. It said it was going to take me like a month and a half for it to be shipped. I didn't see that until after I ordered it. And I was like, oh my god. So I didn't get to make a batch last moon, and so sad. And I was really so heartbroken that that was what happened, because like I just had no idea until like a couple days before the moon. I was like, oh shit, I need to check on when those are getting here. And it was like, it's not coming for a very long time. And so I was just so sad about that. So I'm very looking forward to doing it. It's just a perfect moon to do it on. It's probably better that I do it on this full moon in Libra, because it's just like such the glamour sign. You have my oil, it's iconic. Yes, it's great. I love it so much. I love using mine. And the first, like the prototype, like the very first one that I made, it was just for myself, was on the full moon in Libra last year. Oh fuck, this is so hard. Literally, I made it last full moon in Libra, so last year, and it was just for myself. And then I was like, this shit is potent and I love it. And then I decided to make it better in a few ways, and it took me months to get the perfect mix and to perfect everything down to the appearance and whatnot. That's on being a Virgo North Node. Yes. I always have to remind myself how this guy goes for it to fit perfectly. Cool. We're getting there. We are getting there. Yes, look. Oh, here we go. You can see it's on its way. It's so close. This is beautiful. This is a rose gold plated chain. It is hypoallergenic. I have a nickel allergy, so everything that I will ever do with jewelry will be hypoallergenic, because your girl has an allergy to nickel, so I have to be very conscious of that for myself. And also, I'm obsessive about perfection. That's kind of a Nicolas Cage voice. Perfection. No, that was Owen Wilson. Man. I think anytime I try to do an impression of a man, it just is Owen Wilson. That's how it comes off as. It is what it is. All men are Owen Wilson. Yeah, nickel's just like, yeah. It ain't it. It is not it. Yes. Yeah, so sad to be taking a break from the podcast because I really love it. But also I feel like a lot of streaming is similar to podcasting, you know, because it is just me talking. So anything I want to say on a podcast can happen here. The kitty cats are they are not even aware that I'm streaming right now. Typically, you know, they're always up in this. They love being seen. Lucy is over here on the couch. She's on the other side. And Mr. is up in his kitty cat tree up there. And you guys, I have some silly news about Mr. Oh. So you guys know Mr.'s Persian. He has really thick hair, really furry hair. You have to brush him all the time. Well, not too long ago, we left for like 10 days, so we had a cat sitter come, and she did not brush him once. She did not brush him. And then he was so matted. And I was like, okay, he's been like super matted before we can brush it out. We had to shave him once before, and it was a horrible experience for everybody involved. And I figured out I'm not going to be able to brush these out because these are so bad. I looked up like groomers near me, and it didn't seem like there were any that seemed good. There was one, and then once I got through, they didn't do cat grooming. They only did dog grooming. So I was like, okay. So I had to shave Mr. You guys. I had to shave Mr. And it is not good. I did a bad job. Last time Zach shaved Mr., and I think it was traumatic because he doesn't really like Zach so much. He just doesn't like men too much. And so he had a bad time. This time I took it so slow. He didn't even like really care or notice because I was just doing it like as we were hanging out and stuff, and it wasn't stressful. Like whenever he wanted to stop, I would stop and we would take a break because I'm like, there's no rush, you know, he'll look silly, but we'll be done shaving him eventually, you know. We have all the stuff here, so we took it really slow. I think he's a little embarrassed though, so no one better say anything mean to him if you see him, or else you will get blocked. Because he is so handsome though. He's so cute, and he's a tiny guy. You can really see how petite he is when he's shaved. I used to be worried about how petite he was, because he was so skinny. Oh no, I dropped one. I'm gonna try to get my camera or my flashlight and see it. Nice. He's so skinny, and so I took him to the vet for like just a checkup, and I was like, is he okay? And she was like, yeah, he's just a small guy. He's just a petite boy. And I was like, he's just tiny. Yeah, I have another sitter that I like, and she's really great, and we used her twice, and then she just wasn't available this last time, and so that's why we had the other sitter. And I think the problem with a lot of animal sitters is that they are just generally dog people. And like cats are super easy for the most part. And I think they just think that like, oh, it's just a cat. It's like not needy, but Mr.'s needy. Like if you've got a Persian, they're very high maintenance. So his hair's gonna grow back, and he's gonna be so soft and so much more comfortable because he was just probably very uncozy. The first one is done. How about that? First one's done. Now we have the clasp. We can clasp it. Make sure it's all good. Yay! And I will fill that up later and then basically just seal it with a candle and we'll be good. I keep having to adjust my seat. I'm sorry. I'm sitting on the floor and I'm old now. I'm 25. Oh, I left my freaking... I am old. I left my, like, phone light on. Okay. Back to it. You have a Siamese cat? Someone abandoned in your farm? Oh. I think Siamese cats are so cute. That's kind of how Mr. was. Like, someone really just posted on a group that I was in. Does anyone want a Persian cat? He's not what I thought he'd be. And I was like, what do you mean he's not what you thought he'd be? So of course I immediately got him because I was like, he needs a crazy cat lady in his life. And he is so needy. He's a very needy guy. I think he had a hard first year of life, though. Or maybe even 2. I think he was 2 when I got him. Because he used to be a show cat. I've tried to find videos of his, like, show cat name, because he had a different name. But I couldn't find any information. But he was a show cat. And then they said he didn't do very well. I don't know what that means, to be honest. Yeah. It is so crazy. I've, like, done some crazy cross-country moves and had, like, no money and had to, like, leave a horrible situation before and still never even thought about not taking my cats with me. Like, there is nothing that would happen where I wouldn't take my cats with me. Do you know what I mean? You're a goat? Wow, I actually think I really want a goat. Goats are really cute. Can you guys even hear the music? It's pretty quiet. I have some like lo-fi going on. But I don't know if you can hear it. That's crazy. Nice. Okay. Oh no. I didn't leave these open. Oh, I love Sophie. Sophie's so cute. Did you guys hear that Lana Del Rey got engaged? Oh my god, I woke up today and I saw that Lana Del Rey got engaged. Hello? What is even going on? Good for her. Hopefully he's not an ass like the other guy. Yeah, Lana Del Rey got engaged. I don't know. I assume she was dating him. Maybe she wasn't. Oh shit, dude. Oh no. I was supposed to put the... This thing won't fit. I think I can fix it. The thing that holds the, it's nice because it won't, like, it will never fall off of the necklace, basically. Because once you put the end pieces on the chain, it's too thick. Oh, I keep dropping shit. It's too thick for the, like, vial to fall off. But I put both pieces on the necklace before I put the vial on. That's okay. Yeah, Lana Del Rey is pretty private about her love life. But yeah. Cool. Yes. Her new album, I think, is interesting. I don't think it's my favorite, but I honor her phases. I'm definitely like, I would say Ultraviolence, Born to Die, NFR kind of girly. I do like Chemtrails. I have that album on vinyl, and I do like that one. It's like just very nostalgic for me. And also all of her, if you haven't listened, I know you're like kind of like new to her, but listen to her unreleased music. It's so unhinged. It's so good. Like any Lizzie Grant stuff. Ooh-wee. It's so good. I feel like Lana's entering, I don't know. I love her, don't get me wrong. Like, I love Lana Del Rey. Absolutely my favorite artist of all time. But she keeps putting this, like, weird Christian influence into her songs. And I'm like, Queen, what are you doing? Get out of here with that. Sing about her pastor and shit. I'm like, girl, didn't you just hex Donald Trump? Like, come on, hold frame. Yeah. Hold frame, Queen. Stay witchy. Cool. Second one done. That was so much quicker than the first one. This is honestly the longest part of making the necklaces, is assembling them. The church parts you felt like spoke to the spiral? That could be. I just like her, like, unhinged shit. That's why I like Born to Die. And I don't know. I like a lot of her older stuff the best, I think. But her newer stuff is a lot more emotional, which I think has absolutely a time and place. You have 3 lambs in the house. So fun. The sermon parts, I was just like, girl, what is happening? Like, what are we doing today? But I don't question genius, you know what I'm saying? It's like, whatever you need to do, queen. I don't even get religious trauma from sermons. I'm just like, it's like, I laugh. I don't know. I don't know why. It's like, maybe it is a trauma response. Like, I laugh at things that I'm uncomfortable about. I'm just like, what is this guy? Why is this white man yelling? I'm so tired of it. Why is all of Christianity just like some white man yelling? Let's just shut the fuck up. It's okay. I'm just not a huge fan of organized religion, that's it. Yeah, Norman fucking Rockwell slaps. So good. Nice. Yeah, I was listening. It came out, her new album came out on the day of my road trip. And so I was like, oh my god. So we listened to it on the way, and my husband Zach was like, what the fuck is happening in this song? Like, what is going on? This is so not Lana. And I was like, right, King? That's what I'm saying. But I love John Batiste. I think he's an amazing piano player, amazing singer, so soulful. So I was happy for that one, that collab or whatever. I have not heard of Samantha Leah's music. I will check it out though. I am all about goddess pop. Okay. My birthday was good. Thank you for asking. I had a interesting experience on the birthday party that I planned for myself for like some friends out here, and it just went so weird. It was just weird, and it's a story for a later time, someday maybe. I'm not gonna talk about it. I just don't want to cause drama. But yeah, I had like a not great experience with some people out here that I thought were maybe like friends. So found out about that. But I had a great weekend with my husband in San Diego, and I'm hanging out with some more friends out here who are actually like chill this weekend. So I'm very excited. So hopefully that'll be good. And some of my best friends from back home called me on my birthday because they heard about my failed party. I'll tell you about it later, Abby. It was crazy. But yes, some friends back home called me and we chatted for a very long time on my birthday. But move to Colorado, I'm down. I want to move to San Diego now. But I do love Colorado. This is so tedious. I've gotten back into Animal Crossing. I'm excited about that. I just had to like re-excite myself about it basically. Because for a while I was just so burnt out of the same old stuff. So I decided to completely redo my house area and what else. So yeah, really fun. Okay. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab some other. Okay, we're back. This thing is so frustrating. I'm just trying to figure out how to do this. I brought some more stuff. I had to go on the hunt for some things to hopefully open this up a bit better. Oh, I can't see you guys. Cool. Yes, I've heard... I actually was just telling my husband that I think I want to play the Hades game on stream, and he said, I don't think you'll be very good at it. Oh, this isn't even gonna work very good. He said, I don't think you'd be very good at it. And I was like, okay. I'm still gonna do it, just because you said that. So we'll see if I do it. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I was saying, I got back into Animal Crossing. I've just been doing like landscaping and stuff because it's bringing me a lot of joy that way. Wire cutting is so hard, you guys. I don't know how anyone does this. Okay, whatever. Ah! This is why I do it in 2 parts, because I wanna put love into the necklaces, and this portion is not love-filled. This portion is stress-filled. Do you know what I mean? It's like, ugh. We put the love in with the herbs after we cleanse it. Because working with chains is so challenging. This is so hard. Do you guys have any questions? I feel like I answered a lot of stuff earlier. If there was anything that if there was anything I missed, you can feel free to ask. Because it happens, you know. We are gonna get this. We did it. We got it. We just needed to believe in ourselves the whole time. Oh, also, I wanted to tell you guys that I actually am doing a class next Wednesday. Next Wednesday night, I'm doing a class on beauty magic. I just feel like I've been getting a lot of questions about glamour magic as it pertains to beauty. So if you are interested in doing that class, it's super affordable. It's just going to be a part of the Empress or Star tier on Patreon. So if you want to join that class, just hop on Patreon. You can join the Empress, which is $10, or the Star tier, which is $20, and you'll get all the other perks, obviously, that come with those tiers, just depending on what you're feeling. I will say the $20 Star tier will also be getting a full moon guided meditation and a full moon tarot reading, like a pick a card tarot. So really good timing for that. And this is also the last month that my workshops are going to be available for the $10 tier. From after this class, it's going to be only the $20 tier. So super good deal. There also will be a replay for anyone who can't make that time. Totally, I understand that, and I want it to be accessible. So anyone who is a part of Patreon will absolutely have access to that replay if you're in the $10 or $20 tier. And it will be available after as well on my website for a little bit more expensive. Ah, it's okay. So if you're like not feeling the Patreon vibe, it'll be available on my website. But it might not be available for live, depending on how soon I could get it on my website, if that makes sense. Other than that, what products do I want to make? I actually have a list of things. One thing that was supposed to come out in Pisces season, but it just didn't. Patreon knows about it. It was supposed to come out in Pisces season, but the time was just not right. It was a little busy. But maybe it will come out on the Pisces full moon. It's Pisces related if you want to take a guess. But yes. And then I had another product that I was planning on releasing on the equinox, which obviously didn't happen. And again, just like, I think I have a tendency to pile on stuff for myself, and it is not the time for me to be adding more things, you know, to my plate. So I'm feeling very confident with these two products that I offer. I think they're both amazing, really super relevant, and yeah. So I feel good about it. I don't feel like I need to do any more right now, at least. But I'm so excited. Like I said, I think Tuesday on Twitch, I'm gonna be making my love oils with you guys. So we'll be doing that together. And yeah, it'll be super fun. Yeah. I'm trying to decide what I want to eat for lunch. Because I didn't eat beforehand. So I just need to decide what to eat for lunch. I think I'm going to go get something. Because I need to go out anyway. I have not seen Bum Bums. What is that? Yes. I love my stuffed animals. I think they're so cute. And they're just great. Yeah, I love them. Okay. This is so freaking hard. This is so... It's so intense. Yeah, I'm kind of... Oh, what do you think about the book that I recommended? I know you sent me a photo of it. It's definitely one of my favorite books. In terms of astrology. I feel like it's pretty like understandable. Aw, I'm glad you like it. Thank you. Try to keep it chill here, especially today. I'm trying to focus, and it is difficult for no reason. These chains are just very like small, so looping it through is so like it has to be perfect. I'm inspiring you to make some lip oils. That's awesome. Have I seen any good movies these days? Have I seen any good movies? No. I don't think so. I haven't watched a movie in a while, but I love watching movies. I don't think I've watched any ones worth mentioning. Yeah, that's boring. I'm sorry. What was their take on Sagittarius and Libra that you disagree with? I don't remember. It's been so long since I've read it. Oh, the new Nick Cage movie, the one with Pedro Pascal? That one slapped. I did see that. John Wick 4? I've never seen any of the John Wick movies. If you're talking about the Nick Cage movie with Pedro Pascal, it is the best movie I've seen in a long time. I love Pedro. He's so cute and so funny. That whole movie was so silly. And I love silly movies. Silly is my favorite genre. Man, I thought I had it here. I thought I had it for a second. I simply did not. Lucy, there's a crow outside. Lucy's sleeping, but there's a crow. She would love it. She loves crows. I hate working with pliers. It says Sagittarius is open-minded, optimistic, and jovial. I could see why you would disagree with that. Yeah. I think that Sagittarians are so... They can be so chaotic that calling them optimistic is a bit of a... Like, I can see it, but... Yeah, in my experience, it is kind of like... They're open-minded in the sense of... Like, I don't know. Yeah. I think that the thing with Sagittarius being optimistic, open-minded, and jovial and stuff like that is I think that's a really nice way to look at them, like in their peak. Like when they're peaking, when they're super healthy. But oftentimes when you see people like they're not in their peak healthiness, because we're human, and Sagittarians can be very brash, very mean if they don't agree with you. And they can make a lot of jokes in your expense. Like, they want to make jokes. And they are not afraid to make jokes about you. But if you make a joke about them, they will just cry and cry. Yeah. I'm gonna finish up this last necklace and then I'm gonna freaking call it because I've been at this for so long. I heard that Sagittarius people are like are fire when it comes to the mind, but not actually like movement. Yeah, I mean, I think that they definitely are fiery in movement in the sense of like they love traveling, they love to explore. They tend to be pretty like jittery, if that makes sense. Like they're not gonna be a homebody. They always kind of have to be moving and doing something or stimulating their mind in some sort of way. Doing something that excites them. They're like a child in that way, where it's like, if they're not having fun, they are gonna get cranky. In my experience. Yeah. Yeah. I've met some really shitty Sagittarius people, so I'm trying to not like let that bias come through. Because I've also met a lot of amazing Sagittarius people who I really love. So yeah. Aries Taurus cusp. So I tend to be a little bit, I don't want to say I don't recognize cusps because I do. I think there is something to it, but you are either one or the other. So I'd be curious which one you are. And like to what degree? Like, are you like a 0-29 degree? Because it changes every year depending on, like one day it'll be like the 21st or the 20th or the 19th, it turns into Taurus season. But like I said, I think you're one sign and you'll be more familiar with the traits of the sign you're close to cusping. If that makes sense. But I do think you'll tend to relate more to the sign that you're actually in that sign. If that makes sense. What did they say about Pisces that you didn't like? Like I said, it's been a while. I don't remember the, like, zodiac explanations. Your birthday's 4/20. I love that. You'd have to look at your natal chart because, like I said, it'll change each year. So, like, one day 4/20 will be, or 1 year that will be Taurus season. Maybe a couple years earlier, it moved to Taurus season on the 21st, so you're still technically in Aries. So I would go to astro.com or look up your natal chart wheel and see what that delegates you to. So, yeah. And also it'd be interesting to see like if you have any other placements in Taurus/Aries and see how that kind of plays out. It is a sleepy day in here. It's so funny. All the cats are asleep. I was on a meeting yesterday. So funny. I set it up as a business meeting. So I set it up so that I was like in the corner. No cats were gonna like photobomb me or anything. And Mr. and his naked self still found a way to hop up there. And I was like, oh my god. Now I have to explain the situation in the middle of this business call. It's so funny. He's like, yep, this is my naked cat. You're 0 degrees Taurus? Cool. It's fun. Yeah. I mean, with cusp, it is just like, it's likely that you will maybe feel the energy of like Aries, but if you have like a Mercury in Aries and it's at 29 degrees, it's still like a Mercury in Aries, you know what I'm saying? You could feel some of that energy just like residually if you know, just left a sign like Aries in your case. But like I said, it'd be really interesting to look at your whole chart and see what's going on with like Aries/Taurus energy. Ah. Are we good? I think we're good for this one. We did 4. We did 4 of 13. It took us an hour. It's so funny. So I'm gonna finish these later because your girl has been at it and she needs a little break. She needs to go get some lunch and to put everything back up. I do feel like Pisces doesn't take the path of least resistance. That does feel like there is no least resistance path for Pisces. Everything is resistance, you know, like it's like shit's hard for Pisces. Yes. Oh, your Mercury's in Aries, so definitely Aries there. Cool. Awesome, guys. Well, I am gonna head off. Thank you so much for joining me today. Very chill stream. I will see you guys Tuesday on Twitch. And then Thursday here on YouTube again. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys very soon. Have a great day. Have a good weekend. Love you guys so much. Bye.